Hello everyone and welcome back to another video and Happy New Year, Happy 2025. I thought it might be a nice idea to start off the year and talk about how we can make our acting goals come true this year. And I'm specifically saying goals because while we all want to make our dreams come true, dreams might take a little bit longer than a year, and goals might be something that's a little bit more achievable and we can see them as milestones towards our dreams. So today I want to talk about very physical action steps that I will be taking this year to achieve some goals that then later on will help me achieve my dreams. But if you want to go really big and say, I will achieve all of my dreams this year, more power to you, and I really hope you're gonna make it happen. But for me personally, I'm gonna focus on my goals this year because I know they will get me to my dreams eventually. If you're new here, my name is Lisa Marie. I am an internationally trained actress from Germany. I'm now living in Mumbai, India, but I've gotten my acting training from Los Angeles, London and Berlin. But I've never really spoken about acting on this channel because when I was filming videos 4 years ago, I wasn't an actress yet. But now I'm a working actress, so I thought, why not talk about acting on this channel? And I think the start of the year is always a good idea to set some goals. We don't want to pressure ourselves and be too hard and be like, I have to achieve everything this year or this year has been a fail. Not at all. But I think if you sit down at the beginning of the year and just write down a few things you want to accomplish with a clear action plan, then that will set you up for a lot of success. And talking about action plans, this is exactly what I want to discuss in this video. I want to show you the action steps that I will be taking to hopefully advance my career this year. A little disclaimer beforehand, none of the things that I talk about in this video are set into stone. It's just the things that I will be focusing on this year, things that have helped me in the past get to where I am today, and things that I will take with me in the future to build my career even further. Disclaimer number 2. When I sat down and prepared for this video, I wanted this video to be for everyone, but I soon realized that it's maybe more applicable for beginners or people that are just starting out their career. Because I think a very seasoned actor might not necessarily click on this video because they know what they're doing. If they are, welcome. I'm happy you're here and I hope you take something from it. But I feel like the things that I want to talk about are more tailored towards newbies, people who are just starting acting school maybe, or just getting educated on acting. So without further ado, let's now finally jump into the action plan. So as I said in the beginning, there is a difference between goals and dreams. And I like to set one dream and one goal at the beginning of the year. And the dream might be something like, I want to have a lead in a Bollywood movie, or I want to work with a very specific, very established director, something very big. And then I want to set at least one goal that is reachable during 2025. So a goal could be, I want to be in a Netflix show, but it could be just one scene, which is what happened to me last year. My goal was to be on Netflix and I achieved that, but it was just one single scene in a Netflix show. But that could be a goal. Or a goal could be, I want to start acting school, I want to be in a theater play. There are a lot of different goals you can have, and these are milestones towards your dream. Still, you want to have your dream as your North Star that will remind you where you're going and why you're doing what you're doing, especially on the tough days. So set one big dream if you don't have it already. I feel like everyone has that one dream anyway. But if you don't, then set it now. And then set at least one goal that you think is achievable this year. What this also does is, with achievable goals, you get motivated. You have something very tangible to work towards and it makes it easier to come up with an action plan. Which brings me to the next steps. I think it's extremely important to have a very clear action plan in place to make sure we're keeping on track. Because in this industry, it's not like other careers where you know you're going to have a 4-year degree, then you do an internship and then you land that job. Acting, unfortunately, doesn't work that way. It's not as linear. And especially in the beginning, it can be quite overwhelming and confusing what to do on a daily basis. And overall, to achieve your goals and dreams. Plus, in addition, if you are not currently in acting school, you're very much self-reliant. You're relying on yourself, on your own motivation and on your own discipline. So having an action plan will keep you accountable and on track. So let's say your goal this year is to be in an action movie. Then first of all, what industry are you in? Are you in Hollywood? Are you in Bollywood? Are you in a European country? Are you in a local industry like I am right now in the Marathi industry, which is here in Maharashtra and Mumbai? Define the industry you're in and then define what you need to do to achieve that goal. So if you want to be in an action movie, maybe look up film fighting, take MMA classes, work on your strength, work on your fitness, work on that action part. That will help you to get that action role. Or if you want to be in a Bollywood movie, work on your Hindi or work on your dance. If you want to be in a musical, work on your voice, take singing classes. Very much define what you want to do and then see what you can do today to get closer to that goal. Now, there are some things I think we should always be doing as actors. I think we should always be in training, taking workshops, or if you currently cannot afford to take a workshop or you're not in an acting hub and you don't really have access to in-person acting classes, you could read books, you could work on monologues at home, you could watch YouTube videos, you could work on your acting by yourself, but I believe as an actor, you should always be working on your acting. As acting is a visual medium, I think it's always good to work on your body, to work on your fitness, to work on your looks, and to work on your voice, because we're talking, we're using our voice. So these are things I would continuously focus on. Additional ideas of what you could work on could be learning instruments, learning a specific dance form like Kathak for those who are in India, or it could be salsa, it could be hip hop, something very specific, learning different accents, or some other additional skill that could help you. Like some people like to go on shooting ranges or horse riding, something just that sets you apart. On top of that, I think it is extremely important for us as actors to market ourselves. And the easiest way is social media, of course. So make sure that your social media presence is up to date. So update your Instagram. If you have a website, update your website. Post on YouTube, as I'm trying to do more this year. Just make sure that you keep putting yourself and your work out there so that people can find you. A little anecdote, what I used to do in the past is when I was in acting school, I would be very much on top of my marketing game. I had my website, it was always up to date. I was posting on Instagram. I was really trying to put myself out there. And then last year, when my career was going a little bit better and I was more on set working more, all of that kind of like went down the drain. And I was so focused on actually my career that at the end of last year, I went to update my website and I realized I have not updated anything. So no headshots, no demo reel, no resume, nothing. Everything was still like it was a year ago. So if somebody found me, they wouldn't know what I've been working on. So make sure that these things are up to date. If you're on IMDb, make sure your IMDb is up to date, or you have like your resume on different casting websites. Make sure that all of this is always up to date. So whenever somebody looks you up, they can see what you've worked on, and it should be what you've recently been working on and not just what you have done like a year ago or so. Another part I want to touch on is networking. So we've built our online presence. Now we also have to build our presence in the physical world, and networking can be quite easy for some and might come harder for others. If you're more of an introvert and you have a harder time going to events, just try to take a friend. And I think it's good to attend a certain amount of events throughout the year. And you can be very ambitious and say you want to attend one event a week, or you could say I want to attend an event a month if you're less of an outgoing person. Plus, it also obviously depends on where you're based. So if you're based in cities like Mumbai, like me, or Los Angeles, New York, there are lots of networking events. But if you're in a smaller town, it might be harder to find these events. But it's easier to network because there are less people to get to know. So it might be easier to, establish your local network. Now, a lot of people have different approaches or opinions about this. A lot of my friends say, why would you network? It's not really getting you a job. That is true. Maybe it's not true, actually. Maybe you will meet a director who will give you a job. You never know. But usually you don't go to a party, one event, and you walk home with an acting job. However, you will get to know people, and people will remember you. And the more they see you, the more they will remember you. After they meet you, they might follow you on Instagram. And if you keep putting your work out there as you should, they will see what you've been working on. And every time they open Instagram, your face pops up and they will be remembered of you. And when that one role comes, they will remember you. Or they might know someone who's currently casting, and then they see you at an event, they meet you, they talk to you, and they will recommend you to a person. So I always think it is better to know more people than less in this industry. So I would not disregard networking, even if it doesn't get you a job straight away. One thing I want to talk about, because I think it's really, really important that a lot of people try to avoid talking about it or brush it under the rug, is finance. Now, I believe stress kills creativity, and the last thing you want is stress about your bills every month. So it might be a good idea to get a job, or at least a part-time job, something that will support yourself financially, so that you have the freedom, the mental freedom, to actually think about your acting career and not stress about where's my money coming from. Now, of course, that will mean you will have less time to invest into your acting career, but it will also force you to organize yourself better and manage your time better, so that whenever you have free time, you can do something to advance your acting career, to work on your skills, to go to an acting class, to read an acting book, but you are actually then using that time and fully focus on your acting skills or whatever you're focused on, and not worry about money. I also believe it's really important to stay up to date, to know what's going on in the industry, watch as many movies as you can, get to know the actors, learn about the actors, learn about the directors, learn about their techniques, learn about filmmaking, just consume a lot of things. Also stay up to date when it comes to news, what is currently being filmed, what is currently being cast for, what is currently being promoted, what movie is coming out next, when was it filmed, where was it filmed, who was the casting director. Just get to know as many things about the industry as possible, because at the end of the day, that's the industry that you want to be in. So you should know as much as possible. It's just like if you want to be an engineer, right? You need to know about the latest programs, the latest software releases. I don't know anything about engineering or software engineering, but you get the idea. You want to know what's going on, what's out there, what's being built, so that you can use that for your career. And the same applies to acting as well. To give you an example, when I went to acting school in Los Angeles, I started watching all the Hollywood classics. I learned about all these directors, the Hollywood legends, the Hollywood actors. And then I moved to Bollywood and I had to start from scratch. I didn't know about any of the big production houses or film families, nothing. So I started watching a lot of Bollywood movies, and then after that, go onto Google and Google these names, look what they've worked on before, who they've worked with, how they started out, what workshops they attended, all these things, so that I could then actually become part of that industry. I also think it's very important to have the right mindset. While we're striving for very big things and we might have big goals, we shouldn't burn ourselves out, because again, that also kills creativity. Really make sure that you look after yourself, that you take active breaks, and you are gentle and generous with yourself, because this is a very, very harsh industry. People will give you extremely harsh feedback. Everyone will comment on your performance, on your appearance, on your acting, on everything. So then you need to be your own best friend. If you, on top of that, also are super hard on yourself, then you're just gonna give up at some point. So you need to constantly build yourself up, talk positively and gently to yourself, be kind to yourself, and take breaks so that you can then come back stronger. And finally, if you are a spiritual person like me, a little bit of manifestation and visualization might also be a good idea. I mean, it won't hurt, right? And that's about it. That's everything that I have for you today. None of that is my, you should be doing that. It's more of a, that's what I'm focusing on. That is what has helped me in the past. That is what I'm gonna be using going forward to build my career. And I'm just hoping that maybe it can give you some ideas or some inspiration on what you could do to help you make all your acting goals and dreams come true this year. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Follow me, subscribe to this channel. If you want to stay up to date on my acting journey, you can find a lot more on Instagram. I'm much more active there. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.